How did Glen Stewart Godwin escape from one of the most secure prisons in the U.S. and disappear without a trace? His story is filled with criminal intrigue, bold escapes, and international mystery. Godwin's daring prison break and his life on the run have made him one of the most elusive fugitives in modern history. Born in 1958 in Miami, Florida, Glen Stewart Godwin was described as intelligent, charming, and highly manipulative. However, his life took a dark turn in 1980 when he brutally murdered 𝐂𝐍𝐉𝐻𝐿, an acquaintance and alleged drug dealer. Godwin, along with his accomplice Frank Soto, lured 𝐓𝐿 to a remote desert location in Palm Springs, California, under the guise of a drug deal. There, Godwin attacked him with a knife, stabbing him repeatedly. He and Soto then tried to cover their tracks by placing 𝐓𝐿's body in a van rigged with explosives. The plan failed when the bomb didn't fully detonate, leaving enough evidence for authorities to identify Godwin. By 1983, he was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to 26 years to life. After an attempted escape from his initial prison, Godwin was transferred to Folsom State Prison, a maximum security facility known for being escape-proof, or so they thought. Folsom Prison was designed to contain some of the most dangerous criminals in the U.S., but Godwin's escape plan was nothing short of genius. On June 5, 1987, Godwin cut through the prison's metal bars using a hacksaw, likely smuggled in by accomplices. He then navigated Folsom's underground drainage system, crawling through a maze of storm drains, until he emerged near the American River. Outside the prison, he was reportedly met by an accomplice and whisked away. Just like that, he vanished into thin air. After escaping, Godwin fled to Mexico, where he became entangled in the drug trade. Using the alias Dennis Harold McWilliams, he aligned himself with local cartels, blending into the criminal underworld. In 1991, Mexican authorities arrested him in Puerto Vallarta on drug trafficking charges. Although he tried to hide his identity, they eventually confirmed who he was. Convicted of drug crimes, Godwin was imprisoned in Mexico. But he wasn't finished escaping. Reports suggest that while incarcerated, he orchestrated the murder of another inmate, likely to delay his extradition to the U.S., as Mexican authorities were reluctant to hand over prisoners facing life sentences or the death penalty. Later that same year, Godwin vanished again, escaping the Mexican prison under unclear circumstances. Once more, he disappeared without a trace. How has Glen Stewart Godwin managed to stay hidden for so long? Some believe he became deeply embedded in the drug trade, shielded by powerful cartels that provided resources and protection. Others think he might have reinvented himself with a new identity, using his fluency in Spanish to blend seamlessly into life somewhere in Latin America. There's also the theory that Godwin met a violent end, killed by his own criminal associates in a power struggle or as a liability. However, no evidence of his death has ever surfaced. Finally, he might simply be living off the grid in a remote location, keeping a low profile to avoid detection. In 1996, Glen Stewart Godwin was added to the FBI's 10 Most Wanted Fugitives list. His criminal record and repeated escapes made him a high-priority target. The FBI offered a $20,000 reward for information leading to his capture, and tips periodically surfaced. Despite this, no credible leads have ever panned out. Do you think Godwin is still out there, living a double life? Or did he meet a darker fate? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story, be sure to like and subscribe to Baffling Mysteries for more deep dives into the world's most perplexing cases.